The Community Education Channel presents Community View, a closer look inside community issues that matter. It's a glimpse, a preview highlighting issues and events important to the community, bringing public perception to light on local community issues that make a difference. Hello and welcome to Community View. I'm Melissa Anderson. My guest today is Washington County Commissioner Dean Cox. Welcome, Commissioner Cox.
Good afternoon, Melissa.
It's great to see you here. You know, you're about the halfway point of your leadership in the county. How's that feeling so far?
Oh my gosh, I hadn't even stopped to think about it, but I guess come this January, that'll be my halfway spot. Time has really gone quickly. There are a lot of things that the county is involved with that can really keep a person busy.
And it being the fastest growing county in the nation, you know, you've got a lot on your plate. That
brings up a really good point. And, you know, a low 2-3% growth rate is something very comfortable. But when you're growing at twice that speed, you have a hard time with your infrastructure keeping up on it. One of the things, for example, that we're just finishing and should be done by mid-month of September is an expansion to the Purgatory Correctional Facility, where for our lower risk inmates, we can bunk more of them at a less expensive price than the highly secure cells in the main prison. It will still be a very secure facility, but it will allow them ingress and egress. For a lot of your inmates, for example, that might have a DUI, could be sentenced to jail just for the weekends for some determinate length of time. And when you house these people in with your main prison population, it actually gets quite difficult to keep contraband and drugs and things like that from flowing into the main prison from these weekend warriors that come and visit. Infrastructure is...
Roads are a big deal.
Roads a huge deal. And so one of the things that I've been working hard on is the renewal of the Habitat Conservation Plan, which is our HCP. That's what has actually enabled a lot of this growth. And when the HCP was first signed, the county thought that it had a pathway for a northern corridor. But in all honesty, the original HCP documents are quite silent and quite vague on that. Further clarification came later on, for example, when Congress passed the Washington County Lands Bill. But in the process of renewing our HCP that is up for renewal right now, we thought it'd be really good, and so did Fish and Wildlife, to remove any of that ambiguity. And so the northern corridor would just clip a small corner of the HCP, and of the National Conservation Area, the NCA, would take about 65 acres. To offset that, we've offered to bring in and manage almost 7,000 acres west of Bloomington and south of Santa Clara. That's property that has a lot of recreation on it right now. And a lot of tortoise live there.
Right.
And so this could preserve and protect that land into perpetuity. Otherwise, the bulk of it is Sitla land, and the day will come that Sitla might say it's difficult to develop right now, but in 10 years, it might be something they'd want to look at. And so this gives us a chance to preserve our signature scenic landscapes, come up with some almost 100-to-1 mitigation for the highway up there if it's necessary.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out.
And that's what we have to do. It's a difficult thing sometimes dealing with these federal agencies. Not that they're good people, and I've gained a lot of respect for a lot of them, but there's certainly a lot of bureaucracy involved. And
takes a lot
you
of
and I can make a decision very rapidly on whether or not we want to buy a loaf of bread or what style of shoe we want. But when you try to get a decision out of the federal government, it has to be ran up the flagpole.
Right.
Flagpole stops in Denver. Sometimes
Right.
it goes clear to DC.
So we have to have a lot of patience, but in the meantime, we just keep plugging away and working on it.
That's what we're doing.
I appreciate your.
And I think by doing this as part of the HCP renewal process, some people are saying, well, they're not honoring the old agreement. Well, the old agreement had a 20-year lifetime,
Right.
and it expired. And so now we're doing a new agreement, and I'm trying to be totally transparent in that agreement.
And that's very important,
And
especially
that's
in your position.
important for me.
Well, thank you. We're out of time right now, but we appreciate you coming on, taking the time to inform our public and inform our people and keep us posted. And also for all your hard work and dedication. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Melissa. You're very kind.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us, and we hope that you have a great time. And if you have any more questions or if you'd like to make any comments to Commissioner Cox, I'm sure he'd be willing to help you out there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.